Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join three Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelli, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
Kelli.
We're going to do a quick little recap on The Valley and Summerhouse and Bravo.
Yeah. So The Valley is episode 5, and they're in Santa Barbara, and Jesse's in his grampy panties.
It was so funny.
My God. He did confirm on Watch What Happens Live that he has upgraded his underwear, and he now wears tighter briefs.
Thank goodness.
We're happy to hear it, Jesse.
Yeah.
I mean, you know. So they're getting ready to go to a winery, and Jesse, I believe, is already drunk before they're going.
Yeah.
Which is great. And then they're on their Sprinter van going there, and the engine starts smoking, which who knew Luke was like such a manly man, like gets out of the van and he's like, well, this is the problem. Right?
I love that Luke took control of that situation. I was like, you go, Luke.
I totally agree.
Like he was the only man. He was the only man on the van. I
mean, what are the rest of them going to do? The only other one I could possibly see stepping up and knowing anything is Jason. And I mean, Jesse's not going to know anything. And Danny wasn't even there.
No, Danny wasn't there. He was doing his voiceover job.
Yeah.
He had it rescheduled. Yeah. Kudos to Luke for that.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I was impressed. And actually, Jesse was in the road, and I really did think that he was going to get hit because he was acting like an idiot.
He was totally acting like an idiot, and he was like on the other side of was it a bus or a van, whatever it was.
It was like a Sprinter
God
thing.
forbid something did happen to him. Like there was nowhere for him to go.
There wasn't. There was no railing or anything. Like
no,
he was in a bad spot.
Yeah, acting a fool.
Yeah.
So basically, Luke says, like, we can make it back down the hill to the gas station, and then we'll just Uber to the winery. Which nice Ubers. They were like nice big SUVs.
I don't think they Ubered. I think they got production.
I'm sure somebody said.
Yeah, I think they jumped in production vehicles or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So they go to the winery and they start their tasting. And Zach was so funny. He said he doesn't need to sniff, swirl, or play with his wine. He's just going to drink it like an adult.
Yeah. Okay, Zach.
That was so funny, though.
You know what I found out this week about Zach? So Zach used to be the assistant of Nicole Scherzinger. Did you hear that?
Pussycat
from
Dolls.
Andy? Yeah, from Pussycat Dolls. And because I guess she was in Kentucky and he was BFFs with her sister.
Mm-hmm.
And his whole life goal was to be on a reality TV show. And here he is.
You made it, Zach.
Yeah.
You made it.
Listen, when I heard that story, I was like, oh, okay, I like Zach a little bit more now. Because honestly, I've not been a fan of Zach's. I really haven't.
That last year, it was kind of hard to determine who you liked and who you didn't like because there were so many rumors, right? And who was the root of all the rumors. So I think everybody's in agreement that Janet sucks.
Janet, yeah.
And I think her treatment of Zach makes Zach more likable.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Even if you thought Zach was a little bit of a shit stirrer, you kind of sympathized with him because Janet was such a dick to him.
I totally agree with that. And the interesting thing about Janet is, I don't really like Janet. I didn't like her last season. I don't really like her this season. But for some reason, Sheena likes Janet.
I know.
And she rides hard for Janet.
Yeah.
And she thinks that Janet is misunderstood. And like, if we really knew the Janet she knew, that we would like her too. And I'm not getting it.
Me neither. We're definitely not seeing it. Somebody in production does not like Janet because we're only seeing the bad side.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, we only see what they give us.
Yeah, because Sheena spills a lot of tea on her podcast. Have you started listening to her podcast?
No, and every week I'm like, I really got to start listening to her.
She really does spill a lot of tea. She really does. She was also talking about Michelle. Found out this about Michelle. So Michelle this season is really coming off as, first of all, everyone makes fun of the way she talks because of how she pronunciates things, like how she pronounces words. and how she, like, pauses when she speaks, but they think that she's really just annoying, and they think that she's the one who started the cheating, so that she's the one at fault, even though we all know that Jesse is a narcissist and an asshole.
Could stay married to him.
One of the things that Sheena said today, which I was like, "Whoa." She was talking about how Michelle's mother had, like, passed away suddenly while they were it was either while they were filming or shortly after they had finished filming.
For season? Well,
I think this season, actually. I think it could have been this season, and she was having a very hard time with it, and she had called up, Jesse and said, "Listen, I just really need a day to myself to just sit home and cry. Can you take Isabella? Because I don't wanna cry in front of her." And he was going to some party with some, like, realtors, and he's like, "Well, no, I can't. I already have plans, but I can take her this weekend." Are you kidding me?
mm, I
This
mean,
this
that
is the
probably
mother.
sums up their marriage in a
Right,
nutshell.
right. This is the mother of your child, whose own mother just passed, and she would like to kinda deal with those emotions, and you're gonna go to a party.
Right.
Like,
But yet you claim that your daughter is number 1 in your world.
yeah,
And I get it, you have a lucrative career in real estate, and these networking events are important, but come on.
I don't even think his career is that lucrative from everything I'm hearing. Like, it's
Probably
hard to
not.
even say, right?
Or at least it sounds like he spends what he earns quickly,
Yeah. I mean,
which
some of
I
the
hear you,
yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah, but he buys, like, crazy stuff, like crazy expensive wine and, like, consumables. Like, who spends that kind of money on something you're consuming?
Yeah, and he was so arrogant at that wine tasting, like, when Danny I mean, I think Danny was just trying to be funny, and he was like, "Oh, the legs," or, whatever, and he was
Yeah,
like, "That's not even what you're doing, like, the legs have nothing to do with it." It's like, "Alright, he was just trying to be funny."
right,
That's how I took it.
right, right.
Nobody's listening to your evaluation of the wine.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I have to start listening to Sheena, but it's interesting that she rides so hard for Janet.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I really do. I like
Janet?
giving I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt based on what Sheena is saying. I'm taking Sheena's words on this because I'll tell you what, I really think she's very honest in what she says.
Yeah.
And, I think I had mentioned that she was really very vulnerable last week, very upset about her depression. And,
Yeah.
she was in New York for the upfronts. So she's very connected in Bravo. Like, even not even just Bravo, like, she just had the Mormon wives at her house. They were at her party. Her and Demi became very close from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which, by the way, I started season 2.
I actually heard season 2 is much better. I
It
didn't even
is.
finish season 1 because I couldn't get through it.
I didn't finish season 1 until recently when I found out season 2 was coming on, so I was like, "Ah, alright, let me finish season 1," and then I jumped into season 2. It is better. It's already better.
I'll give it a shot, but whew.
Demi and Jesse on Mormon Wives are very hard to tell apart, even still. Like, they
Yeah,
look so much alike.
I think Heather McDonald said that on her podcast today.
Yeah, I think Sheena has said it too. Like, I think everyone has said it. Like, they're
Yeah.
very hard to tell apart.
Yeah.
But, I mean, she's friends with them. She is friends with Heather McDonald. She is friends with so many people. We made fun of her when she was talking about, "Oh, I have their location." Like, people really do share their location with Sheena. They really do. She really is that person who goes out of her way to connect with others when she's out of town. Like, when she was on her podcast today, I think she recorded it last week. I was probably listening to an older one. And the person she had on with her, she overslept because she was out. It was the Knicks game the night before.
Mhm.
Tamara was there. They were hanging out in her hotel room. She doesn't normally she doesn't sleep well when she's in New York. She took 2 gummies and she totally overslept, which she never does. I don't
Wow.
even remember where I was going with this story, but the point I'm making is no matter where she is, she tries to bring people together. Like, when she's in New
Yeah.
York, she's getting the Summerhouse people. When she got OC people to hang out with her. Like, she's always trying to bring people together.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
really a
She just
connector.
seems like a very personable person and clearly a very fun person to hang out with.
I definitely would love to hang with, and she seems just genuine. Like, she's really genuine. Like, what you see is what you get with her, is what I'm seeing.
Right.
But I don't know. So I'm going to take her word for it with Janet. I'm going to give her another chance and try and see her in a different light, but I don't
All
know.
right. I like Michelle. I don't know why people come so hard for Michelle.
I like Michelle too. I
Like
like Michelle too.
I just feel bad for her that she was married to this guy for
Yeah,
and tried to leave him and then couldn't and then like okay, so she said she cheated once. She said she had an indiscretion.
right,
These things happen and then they tried to make it work and it
right,
didn't. It
right.
doesn't make her a big cheater like she hadn't this long-winded affair. I don't know, but let me tell you something. If your husband is not telling you you're pretty or being affectionate and Eric and I are not super affectionate people, but it's enough that I know my husband loves me
Right.
and just I get it. Like if you're not getting that from your husband, of course you're going to look for it somewhere else.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's
Absolutely.
human nature. We want to be loved.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah, I like Michelle personally, and
I
I
do
think
too.
she's like she just talks like a valley girl, like a girl from out there.
I'll have to think about it and give you better examples than I just gave you, but
Yeah,
I
no.
I have noticed that she's got like this like a hesitation in her syllables.
She does enunciate,
Yeah.
but the pausing. Do you remember that show Party of Five?
Oh my god, I love that show.
It was a great show, but I couldn't stand the way they all talked the same way. They all paused between every word they said. All of them. I'm like, "Oh my god, just I don't know if it's because I'm from New Jersey. I'm like, just fucking say it already."
Think
That
it's
annoyed me, and I don't get that from Michelle.
I think it's a Jersey thing with us because we just get to the point.
Oh
Just say what you
god,
gotta
yeah,
say.
like, do
Stop
not
pausing.
pussyfoot around it. Just fucking
No.
say it.
No, even when I edit this, I, like, take out all our pauses. Like, if I mean, and we don't really pause that much because we do keep talking, but I'm like, "Take them all out. I don't want any pauses."
You know what's funny? I noticed that you do that because sometimes when I'm listening, I'm like, "I know I laughed. I know I laughed at that," and my laugh is not in it.
Yeah, I didn't have time for it.
You don't care if I thought that was funny. Like, this laugh right now is not gonna be in it, people,
Pro
when you listen to it.
probably not. May not.
So funny. So Danny shows up, and he definitely catches up quick with the drinking. You could see.
Gosh. He
But,
was slamming them.
he's slamming them, but they have 3 kids under what? 3?
3. 3 kids
Yeah.
under 3. Yeah.
And you have a day and a night where you don't have to take your kids are taken care of, you're with your wife, you're with your friends. I'd be
Yeah.
slamming it too.
I would too. I would too.
Absolutely.
And
Now
a lot of people are sticking up for him about that. I mean, there's still people giving him a hard time, but I think there's more people sticking up for him saying, "Listen,
good.
exactly what you said," because it's true.
I mean, going in the pantry and chugging tequila, separate issue, in my opinion.
He said on Watch What Happens Live, I did see him. Did you see him?
I did.
He said that he went in there to get something else or to put
A
something
White
away,
Claw or something.
and he saw that and he took a shot. It's not like he was hiding in there doing it.
Right,
I mean,
right. I
listen,
mean, if that's true, then that's true.
I have closet eaters in my house. I have people that literally stand in the pantry closet and eat, and because I see all the food on the floor that they drop.
Joe is a pantry eater.
Yeah, yeah,
Joe is let me open up the refrigerator door and stand here for 5 minutes until it starts beeping and telling me to shut the refrigerator door
yes, yes, yes.
to see what I want to eat. Like, even the refrigerator is like, "For the love of God, Joe, shut the door."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But even and especially like if you're drunk, like if you're already drunk and you're standing there and you're like, "Oh, shiny thing, tequila. Let me just
Exactly.
get
Doritos.
some." Right, exactly,
I'm gonna stand here and eat the Doritos and look at the rest of the pantry to see what else is in here that I might be interested in.
exactly. Listen, it made perfect sense to me.
Yeah, and then we'll get to it, but what, Jasmine said about him, I still laugh, like, if I was out with one of my friends if I was out with one of my friends' husbands
Hmm.
and they were wasted and said to me, "Go get daddy a drink," I
You'd
would
laugh.
laugh hysterically, and I'd go get the guy a drink.
I think you probably would, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he really pinched her girlfriend's ass or whatever, but listen, even that, whatever. He knows she's a lesbian. It's not like he's trying to sleep with her.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know.
I feel like Jasmine was stretching a little bit.
I feel like, and I don't like to say this, but I feel like Jasmine's doing it so that she stays on the show because what else does she have going on?
I agree.
Right?
Yeah. Yes, I agree. So Jesse and Michelle go over to the side to talk. She wants an apology. She's clearly not getting one.
Not from Jesse.
And then they're talking and she says to him, "You're a disaster." And he says, "Well, you're a hooker." So he
He
just doubled
just goes
down.
low. Yeah, he goes low.
Yeah. Like, what? You're calling the mother of your child a hooker.
He just wants to hurt her.
And she said it.
Yeah,
She
everything
said
he
he'll do
says.
whatever he can do to make my life miserable. And that's what I mean. So I don't think that he's just acting like that now because they're getting divorced. I think he always acted like that. Once he realized she wasn't in it anymore,
Right.
that was it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that's not cool. That's not cool. Just let her go.
Right.
Let her go. You go be happy. You go do you. Like, just let her go.
Yeah. I mean, you're with somebody and your daughter's telling Michelle that she has a new mommy or a second mommy.
Yeah, that
It's odd. But remember when Isabella told Aaron she loved him on the phone? So, I mean, I saying you have a second mommy, that's kind of big. But why are you telling some guy that's supposedly been in your mom's life for 6 months that you love him?
yeah, that's weird.
I
That's
don't know.
weird. That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brittany tells Jesse to apologize. He said he said he doesn't believe the rumor. You started the rumor
I
about
know.
her
I
sleeping with a
know.
billionaire.
I know. I
He's like,
know.
"Oh, I don't really think it's true." It's not true. You said it.
Right, exactly. You are the one who made it up. Yeah, I mean this is who he is though. Like he wants to be the center of attention and he wants to make his soon to be ex-wife's life miserable in any way that he can, which is horrible.
Yeah. So I feel like the more I think I said this last week, the more Jesse talks bad about Michelle, the less you feel bad for him.
Yeah, I got that feeling too on Watch What Happens Live. Like you know, people were more team Danny than they were team Jesse. And Jesse just was even arrogant about that. Like every answer he gave was, that's who I am. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Unapologetic. That's where,
Totally unapologetic. He
right?
still doesn't see that he did anything wrong, and that's the true definition of a narcissist.
Right. Right.
After all of those, not altercations, but meetings with Jesse and Michelle. If I were Michelle, I probably would have left.
I definitely would have. There's no
Right?
way. Absolutely. There's no way I would put up with that. No way.
No.
Life is too
No.
short. Life is too short.
Yeah. I
mean,
totally
there's a
agree.
reason she moved out, There's a reason that Brittany moved out because they were both living with narcissists who wouldn't.
Right.
So
Exactly.
the only way to get some peace and normalcy in their lives was for them to move out.
Right. They had to remove themselves from the situation.
Right.
So it had to be bad. I mean, think about, all the women out there who can't for financial reasons.
Right.
So I don't know. Now they're back at the house. They're getting ready for dinner. Danny passes out. I mean, best case scenario, no? He's just going to sleep it off.
Yeah, it's fine. Why are they making such a big deal about
I
it?
don't know. So we get to the dinner and how about the hall pass conversation?
Who started that conversation?
I don't know who started it, but Luke said
What
the
did he
Little
say?
Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid. I was like, wait, what? Even Kristen was like, what?
Was so fucking weird.
That was
and
so
then
weird.
Nia says we don't have hall passes because we know so many people in Hollywood.
When they're like, we all know people in Hollywood.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's never a good. I mean, listen, there's certain topics you shouldn't be talking about at a dinner party, right?
I mean, listen, I'm very honest about my hall passes. Mark Wahlberg, LL Cool J, Eric is well aware. If either of those men are in front of me, it's game on. Eric's changes from time to time. Rihanna is probably his go-to now. But,
Oh, okay.
we have these conversations because it could come up. We're not laminating it like Ross Geller. But mine have been pretty solid since we started dating. So
Very interesting.
yeah. But so we're going, we're still at dinner. Brittany's still talking about Jax's text.
Well, because he continues to rage text her.
Yeah, it's like it's like a Teresa Giudice thing, sending the bottle of whiskey to the Gorga's housewarming party. It's just so you're talking about him because he's not there.
Right.
It's just his way of inserting himself in a situation that he's not present at. So
No,
stop talking. Stop
I
giving it to him,
yeah, I totally agree with that.
right?
She's so broken though at this point. She doesn't even realize what she's doing. I really don't think she does.
No, I agree. And what did Zach say? She's trauma trained. And that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
100% right.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
I
But then
but
they
then
all start getting on Nia.
for not owning that Danny's drunk and just saying that he's tired so he's sleeping. Okay, well, I mean,
I'm sure
listen,
both are.
right, both can be true at the same time. And not for nothing, but if I was at a party with Bill and he could go pass out someplace, I'd say he's tired too. I don't need to go say he's trashed in bed. I might. But listen, she didn't want to say it. What's wrong
Everybody
with that?
knew. Like we
Right,
knew. We were watching it. We knew he was wasted. And good for you. He didn't do anything inappropriate. He didn't grab anyone's ass. He didn't refer to himself as daddy, from what we could tell, because clearly
right.
that's very offensive to people.
Yes,
He didn't do
yes.
any of that. He went and passed out in bed. You know what? He's probably going to be pissed off tomorrow morning that he missed everything, but let it be.
Right,
It turned into
exactly.
something bigger because of Brittany and Jasmine.
It was Jasmine stirring that pot, and
For
Brittany just
sure.
jumped on the bandwagon because she's like, "Wait, I'm sharing all this about what's going on with Jax and my marriage, and well, you are because you have no choice." And Jasmine's bringing it up because she has nothing else to talk about.
And not only that, Brittany, you knew exactly who Jax was. You knew he was on Vanderpump Rules. You sought him out. I'm sure she slid right into his DMs. You knew exactly what you were getting into. You started dating a reality TV star. You stayed with him after he publicly humiliated you and cheated on you. You married him. You had a baby with him, all on reality TV. Yep, you're sharing your life. Yep, that's who you married. And you
Right.
knew it every second of the way. Nia and Danny actually seem like very normal people who have a very normal relationship. As normal can be. Nobody's completely normal, but
Right. And honestly, I think the only person that really has a problem with that is actually Janet. Janet doesn't like that Nia and Danny's relationship looks like the perfect couple. Like this picture
honestly,
perfect couple.
Janet and Jason, right?
Yeah, Jason,
Janet
yeah.
and Jason look perfectly normal too. Like he seems like a really great husband who truly loves his wife.
I love Jason. I think
Yeah.
he's too good for Janet.
I agree. I agree with you. But like why should Janet have a problem with that? It's not like it's not like I mean Brittany having a problem with it is one thing because, her marriage is a mess on TV right now, but again, she
Right.
chose that. But
Right.
Janet's isn't. Janet's marriage looks perfectly fine to the public.
Yeah, but Janet doesn't. And Janet doesn't like that someone else is because I feel like Janet is like a Jax. This is how I feel. Like I feel like Janet has those narcissistic qualities and she wants to be like that the top female, right?
Yes.
And it's not Brittany and it's not Michelle. It's not Jasmine. I mean, if I had to pick a top female in this cast, I would pick Nia. Who would you pick?
Nia or Kristen,
God, I can't pick Kristen.
which is
Although Kristen,
shocking.
all right, but Kristen is the one right now who is the most level-headed.
Yes.
I mean,
But you're right.
yeah,
Other than that, 100% Nia. Like they just seem like a solid couple. But again, so do Janet and Jason. And listen, if you know something about this is the thing about reality TV. You guys are clearly close friends, which is why this show even came to be. I think from what I understand, Jax approached whoever and
Alex
said,
Baskin, the
yeah, we
producer.
have all these friends. Like we're a solid friend group. You might
Right,
want to get some cameras rolling. So you have solid friendships. Why would you want to blow up your friend's spot if something isn't right?
exactly. Why would
I
you?
mean, if they're truly concerned about Danny having an alcohol abuse issue, okay, that's one thing. But do they? Do they think
No,
no,
I mean, no, he doesn't.
no,
Not that we've seen. He got
exactly.
drunk once. Big
Right,
deal.
right. And some things happened off camera. But is it really enough to make this a thing on the show when you're really friends with these people. That would be like us going on a reality TV show and then me all of a sudden being like, oh, yeah, I think like that would be
I think
so messed up.
no, it definitely would be. It definitely would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it at all. And I feel like did anybody have Nia's back? Now I'm trying to think because this all
Zach
happened at the end of the episode.
Zach had
Zach
Nia's
did.
back.
Zach did.
Zach had Nia's back, and actually, so Zach was really upset with Brittany because Brittany threw him under the bus to Janet, right? Because
That's
Janet,
what Brittany does. I
right.
think I said it last week.
So then Zach is like, okay. So Zach had Nia's back. And, Zach was actually the voice of reason. I actually want to throw Zach in with the girls, to be honest with you, because he's in their drama. He's not really in the boy drama. He's in the
No,
girl
not at all.
drama.
He is not in the boy chat.
No, he's not in the boys chat. I think they need to get rid of that boys chat if they haven't already.
I think so. I think so. Who's not in it? Who didn't make it in it?
Luke is not in it.
Luke's not in it. That's right. Is
And
Jason in it?
Jason's not in it because he's an
Jason's not in it
android.
either.
He's
So
got an android.
He's the Eric of the group. He's
Or the Bill.
anti-iPhone.
Or Bill. Bill won't get an iPhone either.
Bill doesn't have an iPhone either?
He will not get one. He will not get one.
Eric has to have one for work. That's his work phone. But other than that, he does not like Apple. He does not want an iPhone. He has an Android.
Nope, that's Bill too. He's the same way.
So funny.
Drives me crazy.
I know, me too.
He's like, I can't see what you sent me. I was like, oh, if you had an iPhone, you could.
Right. Get on board. So then watch what happens live. Okay, so Jesse did acknowledge that it was terrible that he said Michelle was a hooker. So thank God for that, even though we doubled down in this episode.
Yeah.
Danny said that he and Nia keep their dirty laundry behind closed doors.
Yes.
And I think that's okay.
I do too. We don't need to know what's right.
I don't think they're fighting any harder than you and I do with our husbands over. I mean, they have 3 kids under 3, for crying out loud. The amount of fighting. She's
pregnant with number 4.
And she's pregnant. Like, the amount of fighting is probably immeasurable at this point.
Yeah.
And that's okay because they're going to get through it.
Stupid shit. And it's over stupid shit too.
Of course.
It's over stupid shit.
I told Eric I hated him in the middle of the night because I couldn't find Tessa's binky. I told him I hated him. I mean, as if he were hiding it on purpose.
Right, exactly.
But it did seem like at the end of Watch What Happens Live, Jesse and Michelle were in a better place and they were moving forward. So that's good.
Guess we'll have to wait and see. They didn't really give us
I think they came to some kind of agreement. I think there was something on social media, like Michelle did, not quite like an Ashley Darby post which was awesome, with the newspaper and the headlines.
Yeah, that was great.
I think she did like a video of her like jumping up and down or something like that.
That's
so I think
good.
they came to some kind of agreement.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So do you have anything else for the Valley?
Nope.
Okay. So Summerhouse, the Lexi Jesse saga in Summerhouse, it just is never ending.
This is why I can't imagine why they don't have first seat at the reunion.
Well,
this is the whole season.
This is the whole season. I don't know. We've talked about this before, how the seating is for these reunions for other than Housewives. Like, I guess we'll have to see what makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
I am so over the whole Jesse Lexi thing. I am team Lexi and I am team Sienna. I just don't even want Jesse there anymore. I just think he's just a liar. He lies about everything. He manipulates every situation.
See,
and he pits them against each other.
He did, because when Lexi pulled him outside to end it, she said nothing about Ciara. Nobody mentioned Ciara, right? And then he did go back into the room and say, so this is what I was confused about. Did he say that, like, when he said she was mad that I had such a good time with Ciara, did he mean that she just said it out on the deck, or did he mean that she said it earlier in the week when they weren't filming? Does it even matter?
He implied that's what she said when she broke up with him. That's what he implied. He didn't say specifically when it was, but that is what he implied. And that is manipulation.
It's 100% manipulation. And to me, I mean, we never saw, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we ever saw Lexi say anything to Jesse about Ciara. other than the weekend that it was brought back to her that he was flirting a lot with her.
When she
Which
wasn't there.
Yeah, and he was.
Right.
He was.
He was, absolutely he was. And what Lexi has said is that she didn't really feel close to the other girls. And she did say that because she felt like Jesse was putting a wedge between them. And
And
he
he was.
was.
He
He kept
was.
saying that, she's jealous. I can't like your pictures. I can't comment.
It's so interesting to me that Lexi has said Lindsay was the most welcoming out of all of the girls. She had a conversation with Amanda prior to being on the show. Like once she
And
knew
she
she
was
was on the
friends.
show.
She was
Yeah.
friends with Amanda.
Yeah. So, and Lindsay was the most welcoming because of how Paige and Sierra have intimated how terrible. Well, we saw it. I mean, Lindsay wasn't really nice to them.
No, she
She
wasn't.
wasn't. And, her famous line, like, "Do you know who I am? I'm Lindsay Hubbard." Like, okay, you're on a reality TV show. Settle
I
down.
think at this point, Lindsay would admit that she was horrible, though.
For
I mean,
sure.
yeah,
But I
she can look
would have
back at.
thought that, I mean, eventually at the bedbug party, whatever it was
Mhm.
called, the girls opened up to Lexi and kind of gave her a window to be part of their group and tell her side. But they didn't do that prior to that.
No, they were
They
very
didn't.
closed off because of Jesse,
Yeah.
because of the things that Jesse was saying, because of the way Jesse was acting.
But it's very interesting to me that Sierra is still telling Lexi, "Keep my name out of your mouth." After watching the season, after knowing what Jesse did, she's still hanging out with Jesse, taking pictures, posting them, and telling Lexi to keep her name out of her mouth. That's not a girl's girl.
I'm not going to comment yet on it because I told you I changed my mind, and I'm
I
not.
know.
I just want to see how it plays out at the reunion. I
I
feel like
totally
there's
agree with
something.
you.
I feel like something that goes down. Because I've just seen
Well,
too much of Jesse and his manipulation. It's not even just the lies, it's the manipulation.
you know what
Because the
Dolores
facts.
said? Dolores
Oh,
said
what?
the player got played. Dolores thinks that Lexi was playing the long game with Jesse too. Like she was dating Jesse to have a storyline too.
She didn't need a storyline. So many people have said this. Lexi has dated some very famous people.
Cindy
Lexi can.
Crawford's son and
Yes.
Victoria Beckham's son.
Yes.
Come on
She
now.
does not need Jesse Solomon. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
She doesn't need Jesse Solomon.
Totally
She
agree.
doesn't. She doesn't. It's
No.
just like Sierra doesn't need Jesse Solomon
No.
or Austin Kroll or Luke. What else? Who else was there? West. How could I forget him?
God,
Or
yeah.
West Wilson.
Right.
I mean, Lexi even said, and West said he believed it. Lexi even said that Jesse said how much attention West got for the whole him and Sierra thing.
And West said, "I hope it's not true because that would be hurtful."
But I believe it.
Crazy.
So yeah, it's just like I don't like Jesse. I don't like Jesse.
No, so he apparently last week on Watch What Happens Live, Tinks, she has a podcast. I'm definitely listening to this. This is a priority tomorrow. She was on Watch What Happens Live. Andy's a big fan of hers, and she did an interview with Jesse, and she said he does not come off well at all.
Yeah, I want to listen to that also.
But he's also saying he's redeemed at the reunion. But listen, we've heard Teresa Giudice say she's going to be redeemed every season, and she never is.
Right.
So.
And she also said that she was never going to film again with her sister-in-law, and we know how that went, too.
And we sure do. Who was on Family Feud? Not
That's
you,
right.
Teresa.
I can't wait to find out when that Family Feud is airing. And who are they playing? Do you even know? Like the housewives are playing who?
I don't know what the group is, but damn it, I forget her name. She was in Mean Girls, and she was in that show Big Love. Do you remember that show Big Love on HBO with Bill Paxton? And he had the different wives.
I never watched it.
It was such a good show. I forget her name. I'll look it up later. But she's in it because Melissa took a picture with her. So I don't know what group. It's not.
Okay.
It's not another reality group. Reality TV
Sydney
group.
Sweeney? Is that her name? I was so surprised as to how big their name tags were. Can I just
I
tell you
know.
that? I mean, Melissa is so tiny. It was like it covered both of her boobs. It was so big.
Amanda Seyfried?
Yeah. Okay.
I know I'm not pronouncing that well, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So Melissa was in a picture with her, so I don't know
Okay, so maybe
what
they're
that could be
playing
from.
against them.
Yeah. I'm
Maybe it
looking
could be
forward
like
to that.
maybe it could be reality Mean Girls against Mean Girls on the
That
movie,
would be interesting.
right?
Yeah. Hopefully Lindsay Lohan's there.
That
She's
would be
doing
fun.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, she is doing well. Good for her.
Yeah. So, Summerhouse, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to the reunion, but you know how I feel. I just think I just really can't stand Kyle anymore. I'm just over it. He needs to go. Summerhouse just needs to be young people who have great, fun careers and go to the Hamptons and while out on the weekends.
All right. I mean, it definitely
Emphasis
needs
on
to
the
be
young.
younger. It definitely needs to be a younger crew that's doing this because what is Kyle now? 44? I mean, come
He's
on.
5.
Oh
But
my
no,
gosh.
I don't know. He said it on one of the episodes or Watch What Happens Live or whatever.
Whatever it is, he's too old to be acting a fool like this. Like he needs to just get his shit together. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And the funny thing is that like he's the one who stirred the whole pot on this episode when he goes down and he's sitting there telling Lexi what was said upstairs.
You know what,
Like,
though? I'm actually gonna give Kyle credit for that. I'm glad he did that because then at the dinner,
ew.
it actually came out that Jesse said that, like, and Lexi said, like, "This is why I don't trust you," to
Right.
Sierra,
Right.
and she's got every reason in the world not to.
Right. And the look on Sierra's face is like, but I didn't do anything. And that's true. You didn't do anything, but you don't know what he's telling her.
Right.
And he's manipulating everything.
Yeah. But now you do know. Looking back now, you do know, and you're still choosing to spend time with him and ice out Lexi. Like, if you don't think Lexi's coming back next season, you're out of your ever loving mind. Lexi is definitely coming back next summer. The show should revolve around her next summer with her
Yeah.
resume.
Yeah. I agree. Lexi's definitely coming back. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm very curious to see how the reunion. I mean, next week is this actual finale, right?
Yeah.
Like there's one more episode and then the reunion.
Yeah.
And because this is the last weekend of the summer, but we only got like one half of the day. Like we didn't get past the dinner.
Right.
We're still at
So
dinner.
they start filming, I think, 4th of July weekend? I think we figured that out one time.
Yeah. Well, this year they definitely did because they gave us the timeline and they end I thought they used to end at Labor Day weekend, but they ended in August.
Yep. So I
Because
think
then
we only get like 8 episodes, so 8 weeks. So you figure 4th of July, you get all of July and pretty much all of August, just shy of Labor Day. But Labor Day is normally in September anyway.
Right, but no, I think it was earlier. Maybe it was the end of August because I thought Paige went to Italy in August with Craig. Like she went.
Right,
Well,
right,
she
right.
went
She
with
went
her
with her
family. She went with
family
her
and he met
family, and
them
then
there.
Craig met them there, and
Yeah.
that was in August.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I don't know,
maybe they finished filming and then they went
and she
right
left.
away.
It could be. Oh, you know what? The other thing, somebody was floating this idea, and I thought it was a great idea. A New York City show with Hannah and Paige and Amanda and Sierra and like something with them, like I don't know. I was like, "Oh, that would be a show I'd watch."
I might not watch it because I don't particularly like any.
You don't like Hannah. Oh, you don't like Paige either, do you?
I gotta be honest with you, right now, out of all of them, I probably like Hannah the most. I don't like how Sierra, Amanda, and Paige acted this summer towards Lexi. I just don't. I mean, I don't know why I'm writing so hard for Lexi, but I am. I didn't like Hannah on the show, but I also think she had a tough last season with the whole Luke stuff. I think Luke was leading her on and, he was being a player, but
Yeah,
she's
I
happily
mean,
married now, so who gives a shit?
she's happily married. She's doing fabulous and good for her, you know.
And now feeling the way I do about Kyle, I think everything she said about him was probably true. He doesn't treat Amanda well. He doesn't talk to her nicely. I really
No, he
don't think they'd
doesn't.
be together if it weren't for the show. I just don't.
I mean, it's possible.
Their whole relationship has been on that show. It started out as a booty call in the Hamptons. Their whole relationship has been based on this show.
Well, I don't know that it's been based on the show, but it's been a part of the show. We've seen it from the
Yeah.
very beginning.
They've never
Yeah.
been together without a show filming around them.
This is true. This is true. And
Whatever.
interesting, like, we didn't really even get their wedding, you know?
They didn't have a separate episode for that?
No. No.
We saw it though.
We just saw, like, bits and pieces
Bits and
of it.
pieces.
We didn't actually I don't even think we ever even saw maybe we saw, like, we did not see, like, the whole ceremony or anything. We saw bits and pieces of it. We saw Craig and Paige there.
I feel like we saw I feel because Carl officiated it. I feel like
Carl
we saw
officiated.
Carl
We saw, like,
officiating it.
people, like, arriving. Like, we didn't really see the whole thing. We didn't. It was just, like, a small part of it. I'll have to go back and look and see exactly how much of it we saw, but I know it was not the whole thing because there's so many things that, like, I don't even know what happened.
Right.
And I know I don't have a good memory, but that kind of stuff I would remember.
Yeah. I am glad that whatever that thing was floating around that he cheated on her recently. Right? Well, like wasn't there like some kind of rumor recently
Yes.
that he was out somewhere? But so I am glad that nothing came of that. I
Yeah.
don't think he's a cheater. I just think that he's a Peter Pan.
He's definitely a Peter Pan.
And he's a
100% agree.
narcissist and he's self-absorbed and she can do better basically. But she stays because of the show. That's my opinion.
I think she loves him. I actually think she loves him. I don't think
I'm
she
sure
stays
she
because
does.
of the show. I actually think she's always loved him. I do. I really do. I think she's always loved him.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I am looking forward to the reunion because supposedly there's some kind of redemption for Jesse, but
I
I
like
don't
that
know.
we got to see her bathing suits. Well,
Yes.
we got to see that she actually has a bathing suit line, even though it's not coming out then. I think it came out in the fall, right?
Yeah.
So
But I
we
think they're
could.
like sold out. Like I think she
Good,
did really well with them. Yes, which is
good,
awesome.
good. I'm glad she got that platform to use it,
Me too.
to put it out there.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes with Carl's Soft Bar. Like, I know he still doesn't have the place open yet, but I think he did sign the lease, and at least he got to announce it, and he's able to at least sell merch, and people are at least looking for it, you know?
They're looking for investors and he said you can invest as little as $250. So we whenever might want to think about it. Although would that be
Mm.
I
Well,
know.
we could have, there's a non-alc wine.
Yes, that is true.
We can have a non-alc wine.
Yeah.
It's not about the alcohol, it's about the wine.
Right. That is correct.
Yes, we can look into that. Definitely.
Yeah, I think we should, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I have a wine upstairs that should be non-alc. It tastes nasty. So I bet you there's a non-alc wine that tastes good.
I'm sure
So
there
let's
is.
get behind that. Let's get behind
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Sounds good.
So that's it. Yeah. We'll update you next week after we watch the finale.
Bye.
Bye.